Hi, I'm Ashley from the Busy Baby Wear, and today I'm going to be talking about woven wraps. They are some of my favorite carriers, as you would probably see if you follow my page at all. Um, so I'm going to talk just a little bit about what they are, why I like them, and then I'm going to show a few tips and tricks that would hopefully help you when you are using them. So a woven wrap is just this long strip of fabric. Of course, mine is a rainbow. They are not stretchy like you would see like with a Moby or a boba wrap that are really common. So because of this, you can, they are a lot more versatile, which is my favorite part about them. I have kids in multiple ages, so having versatility is key. You can front carry, you can hip carry, you can back carry, you can have 1, 2, 3, however many passes over them, and you can tie it in an infinite number of ways, which is super awesome. So this wrap I have here is a size 3. Wraps come in sizes all the way from 1 through, I think there's even size 9s. Anybody can use any size wrap. It just depends on how you carry, how you tie it. So that's, like I said, very versatile. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that will hopefully help you if you are trying to carry your baby or toddler or big kid in a woven wrap, just to make it a little easier. One of the biggest things people worry about is making the seat. If you've ever, tried to use one or a ring seat or anything, you've probably heard that phrase. So making the seat is just because this doesn't have like a seat made for the baby, you are making your own one. So people get really worried about that. And what you often see is they are trying to shove a whole bunch of fabric up between baby's knees. Hi, this is baby Luna because all of my kids are sleeping. Yay! So we're going to use Luna today. But as you see, like they try to shove a whole bunch of fabric up in between, thinking the more they have there, the less likely the baby is to fall or drop through the fabric. Not necessarily true. When you are making your seat, so like if I'm putting baby on me and I'm going to face it out, just so you can see, this is what would be happening towards you. Your biggest thing you want is to get baby, or big kid or whatever, into the seated position. To do that, just pulling a bunch of fabric up in between you isn't going to do it because, as you can see, I can pull all I want, and her legs are hanging straight down. See, let's get this out of the way. Yeah, legs can staying straight down. She can pop and leg straighten whatever as much as she wants. Even if I tuck it into her pants, she can at least leg straighten, and that's going to make it really uncomfortable for me and quite possibly baby. What you want to go for instead is when I'm pulling up the fabric, I want to make this nice straight line from baby's knee, from one knee to the other. And I'm going to get that nice and snug. I don't actually have a whole ton of fabric coming up here. It's just a little bit, enough to get it tight and pull those knees up into that seated position. Then I'm going to let baby's weight settle down into the pocket, and now they've made their own seat. And because it's tight, they can't just straighten their legs and pop out of that seat, even though it doesn't look like there's a ton there holding them. So that's the goal, is straight line from one knee to the other. Another big thing that's really important when using a wrap is to know how to tighten it. And honestly, this is, something that can be learned with practice. So like I'm going to show you a quick back carry. I'm going to test baby up. When I'm tightening, one thing I don't want to do is pull this way because it's going all the way across my back. And the more friction you have, the more part that it's coming across you, the harder it's going to be to tighten. What I want to do when I need to tighten is pull straight out. You can see like pulling straight out, getting it in line with my body. Because now I have nothing stopping me from pulling that out. Same with the other side. So like I'm going to tighten another part, and I'm going to pull straight out to that side. It's super important. It will make a world of difference for you. So the other thing with tightening is you might have heard the phrase strand by strand. All that means is that I'm going to pull one area. That's one strand. The next strand, I'm going to go a little lower. As if my stripes, I have stripes on it, but they're going the wrong way. pull the next area. These are the strands, and I'm pulling one area at a time. Because what is that is doing is pulling each part across baby's back. And I'm making sure that I'm getting the whole thing tightened instead of pulling it all at once. Because, hey, I might need more tightening up here than I do at the bottom. So if I only pull at once, next thing I know is I've got a baby. Which way do I want to turn? Here. I've got a baby who's got a lot of slack here, where I want to pull that up. So that's all that means, is a little bit at a time. And you saw how I pinned it under my chin. Some people do it the chin, you can pin it with your knees, but just pulling, pinning, going to the next section, working your way down each section. So the final tip I'm going to show you, you may have just witnessed on me, has to do not so much with wrapping on your front, more so on your back, although this is important no matter where you're carrying them, is your posture while wrapping. It is really, really tempting to try and overcompensate for whichever way your baby wraps. So if they're on your front, you kind of do that pregnancy walk where you stick your lower body out and you're trying to like balance them. If they're on your back, you're leaning forward, trying to keep them from falling off. You don't want to do that. One of the biggest things you want to do is to have your body in the proper posture, upright. So again, I'm going to demonstrate a back carry for this, but it correlates with front carry and keeping your body upright. I'm going to put baby on me. My favorite is, so I'm going to get baby up on my back. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to lean forward until I get control. But as soon as I have my seat made, I want to stand up and get this snug, because as I'm upright, baby's not going to want to lean backwards because then they feel like they're going to fall off. Whereas if I'm here and baby wants to lean back, then all they're doing is sitting upright. They feel totally safe to do it. It's just like, you know, you're crawling around your hands and knees and riding like a horse. No different. And that's where you get your leaners having major problems. Get your body upright. You're going to get it nice and snug a lot faster because they're not going to be fighting you as much, hopefully. And also, this is when you are done tying your carry, you're already in the proper position. So there's no like shifting of the carry, you know, after you've already stood up. Because if you wrap all the way this way and you stand up, then everything might sag. And then you're compensating even more, and then you're going to throw off your back. Don't do it. So 3 things to remember. Seat, nice straight line from knee to knee. Tightening, pulling across your body, not forward, not against your back. And 3, stand upright. Get good posture. Try these 3 things, and I swear it'll make a world of difference when it comes to wrapping. So happy wearing. Make sure you share your pictures and comments on our page, and we'll hopefully get to see you wearing your snuggly babies.